Through the door and into the ballpark at Mulcahy Stadium in Anchorage, Alaska, it's the first place Mat-Su Miners and the second place Anchorage Glacier Pilots. These teams have split the season series 3 games apiece. That's head coach Tyler Brunn for the Miners. He's happy because his team has won 4 of its last 5. Emilio Barreras, another smiling face for Mat-Su. He's back in the lineup after a week out with a lower back injury. He's the team's leader in RBIs, so that's a big piece to add to the starting rotation again. Mat-Su is in first place. The Glacier Pilots are in second. It's a battle for the top spot in the ABL between 2 teams who haven't seen each other since June. With Austin Barrick, I'm Jesse Cook. And those are some Mat-Su infielders practicing some hand-eye coordination drills. Caleb Hannas, and that's Nolan Tucker. Well, the Mat-Su starter, Brandon Downer, has been pretty well coordinated this season. His last time out, he was just as good as they come. He went 5 innings against the Oilers and only allowed 2 runs on 3 hits. Austin, let's get to the lineups, but before that, what can you tell me about Brandon Downer?
Brandon Downer out of Cal Baptist, a rising junior there at 6'5", 215. This guy's been nothing short of phenomenal for this team and what the starting staff has had to do. 2.25 ERA through 8 innings of work, 2 games played, both of those against the Oilers. His first start against the non-Oilers team. He's in line to throw strikes yet again at a high clip.
That's right. He's the starting pitcher for Mat-Su, and here's your opening lineups. Second base for Mat-Su, Nolan Tucker. First base, Cooper Vest. Batting third, Alex Vergara. He hit a grand slam last week against the Bucks. Steven Lancia batting fourth and playing catcher. He's second in the league in batting average. He has been elite for the Miners this season. After joining the team midway through, he's batting at a .397 clip. Then it's Caden Carpenter, the right fielder, followed by designated hitter Braden Rogers. Sebastian Tomerlin is back in center field. He only played half the doubleheader yesterday, although he did come in as a pinch runner late in Game 1. And Emilio Barreras, we just talked about him. He's back in the lineup, playing shortstop. He's got 18 RBIs on the season, best on the roster. This season, he's batting at a .278 mark, reaching base at a .350 clip. And then Caleb Hannas rounding out the order, batting ninth and playing third. For the Glacier Pilots, Elijah Rodriguez is at the top of the order, followed by Will Bermudez. And he's been a Miners killer this season since joining his team. Bermudez has a .375 batting average against Mat-Su alone. Blake Jackson is batting third. The center fielder is the top hitter for average in the entire league at a staggering .457 rate. Troy Harding is catching. Andrew Lamb is at the DH spot. Nathan Barraza is batting sixth. Jacob Stinson is in left. Andrew Nikoluk, he's batting eighth. And at third, and Joey Wright is the shortstop. Pitching for Anchorage is Aaron Cenaceros. He enters this game with a .275 earned run average across 32 2/3 innings pitched. This will be his 9th appearance of the season, his 8th start. He struck out 28 batters in that time. That's one of the best marks in the league. So a strong set of lineups into this Tuesday evening affair. Before we break for the anthem, Austin, what's your key to the game?
I mean, it's with the bats, okay? Because we know that the Anchorage Glacier Pilots have a lot of strong bats, a lot of guys batting above that 300 line, the best batting average in the league. But for the Miners, they've been hot recently, but not yesterday. But as we talked to Tyler Brunn after the game, he said, it's just tough adjusting to live pitching when you've been off for 3 straight days. So I expect the bats to get back in line for Mat-Su, and it'll be another high-scoring affair today.
Well, Mat-Su struggled yesterday, that's right, but the pitching staff was just about as good as you could ask them to be. 0 runs allowed across 2 whole games. We're going to break for the national anthem, but stay with us. Mat-Su Miners baseball follows up in just a moment from Anchorage. We're back and ready for it here in Anchorage with Austin Barrick. I'm Jesse Cook. We're ahead of the top of the first inning. Mat-Su at the bats. Nolan Tucker, Cooper Vest, Alex Vergara due up against Aaron Cenaceros. And Cenaceros with his Glacier Pilots are wearing white pants with a blue single stripe up the side, gray camo jerseys with white lettering tailed with a blue outline, and their blue hats with the all-white Glacier Pilots logo. Mat-Su is wearing green jerseys with gold script lettering across the chest and a white outline. Gold letters on the back, gold numbers rather, on the back with that same white outline, and gray pants as well as a green stripe up the side. Matsu also wearing their gold caps with a green brim. Sanaceros is pitching against the Miners for the second time this season. He dealt against them all the way back on June 10th, and that game was subject to some controversy because in the middle of it, they had to pause and postpone the rest of the game due to unsafe field conditions at Mulcahy Stadium. Brady Maylett was pitching for Matsu. The lefty noticed a problem with the mound, and that's where all the trouble started. They had to pause the game after that because it was not a safe pitching surface. And in that game, Sanaceros threw 4 shutout innings. He allowed 4 hits, walked 3, struck out 4. He faced 18 batters, so he went through the Matsu lineup twice and didn't allow anyone to make it further than second base. Comes from Orange, California. He's a rising sophomore at Cal State Fullerton, stands all of 6 feet tall, weighs 190 pounds. Tucker, on the other hand, is a rising junior at Valparaiso, and he's 170 pounds, standing 5'9". This past season for Valparaiso, Tucker had 5 games with more than 3 hits, including a 4-hit, 4 RBI game at UT Martin. That was all the way back in February. Had no games with more than 1 home run, and he has yet to strike one this season. He's been in the leadoff spot for Matsu ever since the trip to the Kenai Peninsula to begin the month of July. So now we're on July 18th. Austin, what would be your progress report on Nolan Tucker in the leadoff role?
Nolan Tucker, I'd say, is a leadoff man, B+. You'd like to see more hits, but he usually finds a way to get on base at least once per game. As a fielder, though, terrific there at second base. A surefire second baseman there in the field.
Hits have been a problem for this team as a whole, but it's really boosted up over the last few weeks. At the end of June, Matsu was batting .208 as a team. Now they're all the way up to .246. Nolan Tucker batting .214 on the season. That's a 12 for 56 line. He's got 6 RBIs, 11 runs scored as well. No home runs. Sanaceros and Tucker. Righty on the hill, lefty at the dish. Tucker with his all-black batting gloves and white cleats with the black Nike swoosh. Wearing the dark green Miners helmet with his number 3 on the back. Sanaceros into the windup. We're underway. That's a ball low and outside. Sanaceros has a .275 earned run average this season. The righty is 3-0 on the year, this being his 8th start and 9th appearance. The 1-0 to Tucker. That's a fastball at the belt for strike 1. Sanaceros has been the author of 28 strikeouts this season, 17 walks allowed. That's a pretty good strikeout to walk ratio. 1-1 to Tucker. This is low and away outside. So it means he's striking out about 1.5 batters per walk.
Definitely very good as a starting pitcher. That's pretty much all you can ask for.
2-1 count. Sanaceros comes set. He deals. Tucker swings, lifts it foul left side, popping over into the stands and out of play. It's 2-2 count. Sanaceros, like we said, he's a native to Orange, California, and he models his style of play after his brother Alec, who played Division II baseball at Cal State San Bernardino. He's got a long windup, but he keeps it very short and compact when heading towards home. The 2-2. Tucker swings and fouls off another one.
So here's the thing about Tucker, and honestly with the other Valpo guys, Thurston, who's not in the lineup today, and also Caleb Hannes, they are pretty good batters against 2 strikes, just fouling off pitches.
That's right. We've seen Tucker entail an 11-pitch at-bat with 5 foul balls. The 2-2. He swings and fouls off another one, sending it to the backstop. Count remains 2-2. And this is what you want to see if you're Matsu. Battling to start the game, extend that starting pitcher. It's how Matsu started the game yesterday with Tucker and Vest combining for 2 at-bats that lasted a whole 14 pitches. 2-2. Sanaceros now from the stretch. He swings, cracks it to second base, fielded on the hop. Bermudez has it and fires on to first. Got him by a step and a half. So despite the lengthy at-bat, Tucker is sent back to the dugout. 1 up, 1 down, bases empty for Matsu here in the top of the first. 0-0 still to score. Cooper Vest comes up to the bat. Another lefty for Matsu. He hails from Brigham Young University. Vest stands 6 feet tall, 190. He's a rising junior, and he's a Utah native as well. Righty-lefty matchup. Sanaceros from the windup. Sways and deals. Just missed blown away. Two-seamer danced out of the zone. Vest this season is batting at a .254 mark. Sanaceros readies, glove at his eyes. Now he drops and deals. The 1-0. A fastball low and away, called a strike. Vest, despite his .254 batting average, has a .320 on-base percentage, which is surprising considering he didn't record a walk or hit by pitch until the last week of June, starting, of course, this season with opening day on June 5th. The 1-1. He swings and fouls it over the backstop. 1-2 count. Vest has had a strikeout problem. He's been retired 18 times by way of the K this year. 6 of those Ks have come against these Glacier pilots. That in 25 plate appearances, 23 at-bats. Sanaceros takes a deep breath. He fires. The 1-2 bounces about a foot in front of the plate. It's an all-turf infield, so you can really see that pop.
Vest, it was at this stadium back in that first week of the season against the Bucks where he hit 2 triples, had an RBI triple yesterday as well.
That was one of the top games of the season, and it was so early. 2-2. Swings, lifts at first base side, hopper off the ground, fielded at first base. Barraza picked it and scrambles onto first for the out. 2 away in the top of the first inning. That brings up Alex Vergara. The Matsu left fielder has turned on the fireworks over the past week, both with the bat and in the field. Austin, he's made 3 diving grabs in the outfield over the last week.
Alex Vergara is a special, special talent. He made that diving catch yesterday and left with scouts in attendance. This guy is the real deal, both in the field and at the dish.
That's right. Righty-righty matchup. Vergara hit a grand slam last week against the Bucks at home at Herman Brothers Field. First pitch to the righty. He swings and lifts it to shallow right field. Rodriguez chasing in down the foul line. Barraza calls everyone off. He's in foul ground and makes a backtracking grab above his head. So Vergara retired on a pop-out. He was excited about those scouts from the Texas Rangers and Cincinnati Reds. And while he popped off yesterday, not exactly the tail in his first at-bat today. Vergara went 2 for 3 in that second game with a pair of RBIs. But now we'll head to the defense. Anchorage coming up to the bat with the top of its order here in Anchorage, 0-0.